Very good morning, students. Welcome back to second year physics. In the previous class, actually, we finished about a related to magnetic induction field capital B. So the capital B is nothing but a force acting per unit pole strength. That is over. And here, let us will move to the magnetic lines of forces. See, in this magnetic lines of forces, I want to tell you one thing. See, let us again you take a one magnet, north and south, right? So that here, which is creates the field around the magnet. Of course, we know this. It creates the magnetic field or it experiences a force around the magnet. In this magnet, if a unit north pole is placed, therefore, this unit north pole, it may be repel with the north pole or it may be attract with the south pole, however it is. In both the situation, this unit north pole is followed by the path. That unit north pole is followed by the path. The path followed by the unit north pole. The path followed by the, we can say like this, path followed by the north pole, which is placed in the uniform magnetic field. Clear? Is nothing but a magnetic lines of force. So the magnetic lines of forces are nothing but a, in a given a field, if a unit north pole is placed, therefore that unit north pole, it is followed by the path. The followed by the path which we can call as the magnetic lines of force. Now come to the point is, this magnetic lines in this given a field, if a tangent is drawn, like you draw anywhere, this tangent is represented, this is the tangent, right? So that the tangent is represented as the direction of magnetic lines of force. So remember, in a given a field, if a tangent is drawn anywhere, in a field if a tangent is drawn anywhere, that tangent is represented as the direction of magnetic lines of forces. And second, third one I am telling, this magnetic lines of forces are the closed curves, not the open curves, because electric lines of forces are the open, they are the open lines. But whereas the magnetic lines of forces are the closed curves. Closed curves in the sense is, suppose from the north pole, the lines of forces which are radially outward, this is we can say like this, the lines of forces which are radially outward it is. And if I take a south pole, therefore for a south pole there will be a field lines which are radially inward, it is inward for south. So that's what here, these lines of forces, if I take a north south, therefore the lines of forces which are goes from or radially outward from the north and it is into the south is like this. So this, or we can call like this, see it is goes like this. So that's what it is we can call as the magnetic lines of forces are the closed curves. And here outside the magnet, you take a bar magnet, north south, outside the magnet the lines of forces which are from north to south, look at. And whereas inside it is from south to north which goes like this. So that's what here we should write very carefully this point. The magnetic lines of forces are outside the magnet, it is from north to south. And whereas inside the magnet, the lines of forces are, it is from south to north. This point is very, very important. And you remember this magnetic lines of forces are, which are closed curves. And from the north pole it is radially outward and the south pole it is radially inward. And these lines are perpendicular to the poles. And come to the point is, see these two lines, see any two magnetic lines of forces, they never intersect. This is the point which is very, very important. Already I told you in the electric lines of forces also, there also we discussed the thing. No two lines of forces, they never intersect, not only these two lines. You remember, magnetic lines of forces, electric lines of forces and equipotential surfaces as well as the streamlines. Streamlines also, they never intersect. These all lines, they never intersect. Sir, if they do intersect, what will happen? At the point of intersection, we should get two directions and two magnitudes, which is not possible in one field. This is the reason you remember everyone. See, these two lines, they never intersect. Two lines of forces, they never intersect. The two lines of forces, they never intersect. If they intersect, what happens? There we should get two magnitudes and two directions, which is not possible. Not only in magnetic lines of forces, you go for the electric lines of forces and you take a equipotential surfaces as well as you take a streamlines. It is there in the first year. So that the no lines, they never intersect. If they do intersect, there we should get a two magnitudes and two directions, which is not possible. So like this, it is about a properties of magnetic lines of forces, and you remember it is an imaginary lines, right? Imaginary lines, and here. So like this, we can take as the magnetic lines of forces. And here there is one more point is that uniform magnetic field. Sir, what will be the uniform magnetic field? So the uniform magnetic field is nothing but a. So in a given field, the magnitude and directions are same. Magnitude and directions are same at all points. Magnitude and directions are same at all points. And it is non-uniform magnetic field. Non-uniform in the sense is, see, magnitude and directions changes. That's what. You take a, if I take a non-uniform, best example, you take North Pole and another also north you take, therefore the field lines will come like, will goes like this. Yes, of course. Yes, it is. So this is, we can call as what it is, non-uniform, because there will be a repulsion is there, no? Because of repulsion, we'll get the non-uniform magnetic field. If there is an attraction, therefore there will get the uniform magnetic field. The field is, the field uniform in the sense is the magnitude and directions are same at all points, which we can call as the magnetic lines of forces. It is in the uniform magnetic field. So that it is about a magnetic lines of forces. Clear? Now, let us, I want to say, let us come to the point is, there is a magnetic flux. Already I told you related to this. Again, it is there in the next chapter also. Next topic, magnetic flux. Sir, what is flux? This is in electric flux also I told you, right? Here if it is B, we can call as the magnetic flux. If it is E, we can call as the electrical flux. Flux in the sense is the number of field lines, the number of magnetic lines of forces passing through an area. Passing through an area. Normal to the area is nothing but we can call as the magnetic flux. Like electric flux also same. That's what. There will be number of field lines which are passing through an area. Yes, this is the passing through an area. There will be one area is given like this, which is a perpendicular, or it is a passing through an area, and normal to the area is nothing but we can call as the magnetic flux, because number of field lines which are passing through, say like 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Here there is a lines are given, right? There will be a lines are given. There will be a number of field lines, clear, which are passing through an area normal to the area, right? See, through an area normal to the area. So that this is the area, no? We can say like this, area it is. Through this area there are number of field lines are passing. Therefore, this field line, if you draw a one area vector ds bar, or you say s bar it is, which making an angle theta. Therefore, flux is equal to, we can say B dot A. Of course, area vector, no? Therefore, flux is a scalar. So that the flux through the magnetic flux BA we can also call as cos theta, which is very, very important. Again, there it is in the next chapter. Everyone remember, this is very, very important. And here, if I want to say for a small area, if I consider, therefore you take d phi, B is equal to BA cos theta, or you want to write here ds bar it is. So you apply integration method, integral b ds cos theta. Therefore integral d phi is nothing but a phi b ds cos theta we can take. So which are to be very very important and everyone remember, right? And the units in case of a this magnetic flux units are in CGS system we can say Maxwell it is a unit, and in MKS we can say it is a Weber. So very very important here, units are very very important, as well as one Maxwell is equal to we can say 10 power 8 Weber it is. So this you remember everyone, 10 power 8 it is a Weber, 10 power 8 minus 8 it is, or you want to say Weber is equal to 1 Weber is equal to 10 power 8 Maxwell it is. You take like this, right? And here what is the dimensional formula for a flux? Because we know B and we know A also, so that you write directly it is magnetic flux is ml square t power minus 2 a power minus 1, or here it is ml square t power minus 2 a power minus 1. So like it is about a what it is about a related to magnetic flux. The flux in the sense is the number of field lines which are passing through an area normal to the area. So these flux lines are very very important, which are linked with the area, no? So there we should consider only area vector. I told you in the case of a Gauss laws in electricity, same here also we can take only the same principle here we need to apply. That only depends on related to the area vector only, so that the magnetic flux is nothing but the number of field lines which are passing through an area normal to the area. Therefore this we can call as a magnetic flux. In the same way another one is there, that is about a flux density. Sir, what is mean by flux density? Yes, we can go through the flux density. Flux density, that is about a B bar. Yes, B bar is nothing but a flux per unit area. Simple. Flux, which flux it is? Magnetic flux. So that the magnetic flux density B bar is equal to, we can also define like this, flux density, flux per unit area. So that a unit we can also say from this unit is, we can say Weber per meter square. Or you remember this in the previous class which I was given this, Weber per meter square. Suppose in CGS system you want to say, of course, Maxwell per meter centimeter square. Yes, we can take like this. Or it is, we can also call Tesla. This we can also call Gauss. That's what 1 Tesla is equal to 10 power 4 Gauss it is. You remember this. So flux density is nothing but a flux per unit area of a cross section. Flux per unit area of a cross section, which we can call as it is related to about a flux density, right? Now let us, we'll move to the next one. See, due to a dipole, now we need to find a magnetic induction on the axial line due to a short dipole, and due to a on the equatorial line also we need to find a magnetic dipole, due to a dipole magnetic flux induction, or we can say magnetic field or magnetic field induction we need to find. Let us, you take a dipole. See, now the question is find B on the axial line. This is the question. Already we know in the previous chapter also I told you that B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by d cube, or you remember this, d cube or r cube, whatever it is. So this is the formula related to on the axial line, right? Now we need to find by using a bar magnet. Let us, you take a bar magnet. Yes, these two poles are little inside, the length between the two poles is 2L, from the center it is L and this is L. Of course, you need to say one is the positive pole, that is the north pole, one more is the south pole, it is a minus pole strength and it is, we can say, plus pole strength. See the straight line which passing through the center of the magnet, yes, this is will be like this. So on the axial line is asking, no, you take a one point P. At this point P, let us you find a magnetic induction. So that this point is from the center of the magnet, which is at a distance is, you say it is x is a distance. Now from the north pole, this distance is at a distance is, we can say x minus L. Shall I? And here from the south pole this may be at a distance is x plus L, or you say, yeah, you want to say other name also, no problem. Now due to, very simple, you take due to north pole, right? The magnetic induction B north is equal to, see that mu naught by 4 pi into pole strength is m by x minus L whole square, because the formula B induction is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into, it is axial, right? It is m by actually r square, right? So the r is nothing but a distance. This is one expression. Now you write in the same way, due to south pole you write. So Bs is equal to, the south pole is mu naught by 4 pi into small m by, the pole distance is, it is r plus L whole square. So now you take equation 1, now you take equation 2. That I want to say, at this point, say this north pole, no? So here it is, north is very close, therefore the field will act away from the north, and at this point due to a south, that field will act, of course, you remember here Bn is greater than Bs, because which is very close and it is a positive pole. Now the net at that point P, we need to find a net. Net in the sense is B axial, that is Bn minus, you say, Bs. So B axial is equal to Bn. What will be the Bn? It is, you write as mu naught by 4 pi into m by mu naught 4 pi, right? M by x minus L whole square minus mu naught by 4 pi m by x plus L whole square. Now you take a simple mathematical relations, mu naught by 4 pi, m is common, 1 by x minus L whole square minus 1 by x plus L whole square. Simple derivation and simple calculation you need to apply here, simple mathematical formulas. So now B axial is equal to, we can write like this, it is mu naught by 4 pi m is the, now you take a LCM, x plus L whole square minus x minus L whole square by x minus L whole square, no, actually there will be a minus b into a plus b, no, so that it is becomes what happens, x square minus L square, like this. We'll get the final relation is, we may get a like this, right? So now again you apply a same B axial, it is mu naught by 4 pi m into a plus b whole square, x square plus L square plus 2xl minus x square minus L square plus 2xl, I think you know, right? A minus b whole square, then at the same time we are multiplying with minus also, therefore x square minus L square whole square. Now let us, on the axial point BA is equal to, simple calculation, similar terms are to be cancelled, therefore mu naught by 4 pi into small m into, here it is 2x into 2l, shall I take like this? Actually 2xl plus 2xl, no, we will get the 4xl. Instead of writing 4xl, you write as 2x into 2l. So x square minus L square whole square. I think you know small m into 2l is nothing but a magnetic length, capital M. So B axial is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2x into capital M by x square minus L square whole square. Of course you come to the here, this length L is compared with the x is very less, so x is very greater than L, so L can be neglected, in denominator only BA is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2xm by, it is x power 4, because L square is neglected, no, L square is neglected, then x square whole power square, so that we will get the x power 4. So B axial is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2 capital M by x cube. Already this expression we derived in the previous chapter, moving charge and magnetism also. So that this is the, on the axial line, the magnetic field induction at a point P will be mu naught by 4 pi into 2m by x cube, or else you want to say d cube also, no problem. Capital M is nothing but a magnetic dipole moment. Capital M is nothing but a magnetic dipole moment. So look at the derivation. So that here you take a bar magnet of length is 2L. Therefore, length between the two poles is 2L. From the center it is L and this is L. So the line which passing through the center of the magnet, which the line we can call as the axial. On the axial line we need to find a magnetic induction at a point P. Due to a two poles, due to a north pole the field will act away from, due to a south pole the field will act towards a south. So BS you take. Of course Bn is greater than Bs because Bn is very close to this point. So Bn minus Bs you take, and here this from the south pole it is x plus L, and it is from north pole it is, we can say, x minus L. Let us, due to north pole you write a Bn is equal to mu naught by 4 pi m by a. Actually formula r square, no, that is a distance. So there a distance is given x minus L whole square. Like in the same way you take due to south pole also, because the south pole located, this point is x plus L whole square. Right here x plus L. Right. So now net is asking at a point, no, BA is equal to, just you subtract Bn minus Bs. So Bn value we know, here you write, Bs also we know, then you substitute here, and better you take a similar terms are common, mu naught by 4 pi m. Mu naught by 4 pi m is common, 1 by x minus L whole square, 1 by x plus L whole square. Now you take an LCM, then cross multiply x plus L whole square minus x minus L whole square by a square minus a square, a minus b in a minus b whole square into a plus b whole square. So that a minus b whole square and a plus b whole square, no, that becomes a square minus b square whole power square. So here in the numerator a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. Of course a plus b whole square is nothing but a square plus b square plus 2ab, that you apply here. That's what I am telling, simple maths. So that similar terms are to be cancelled. What is left here? 2xl plus 2xl. Actually 4xl will get. But instead of writing 4xl, you write here 2x into 2x. Of course it is also 4xl only. For the calculation purpose you write like that. So the small m into 2l is nothing but a length into magnetic length into magnetic pole strength is nothing but a capital M. Therefore here you write capital M into 2x. So mu naught by 4 pi as it is. X is very greater than L. Look at this, x is very greater than L, no. Therefore L can be neglected. BA is equal to mu naught by 4 pi into 2xm by x power 4. So 2m by x cube. So this is about a, on the axial line the magnetic field induction we can get a like this. So the same question is there in the previous chapter also, I told you also, right. See, I want to show you in our material also this question we can do by using the solenoid also. See, this is also we can get by using a solenoid. So both will be the same, you don't worry, right. So the page number 238, page number 238, page number, question number is 1. Derive an expression for the axial field of a solenoid of radius r containing a n turns per unit length and carrying a current is I. Same. Suppose you want to write this answer or you want to write a from material also, no problem. But they are using a solenoid, we are using a magnet. Of course solenoid also becomes like a north and south, no, because current carrying a solenoid. So which produces the magnetic field along the center or along the line joining the all circular coils. In the previous also we completed about a solenoid. So the solenoid also produces a magnetic field, no, same derivation, same, everything is same. On the axial line we are finding what? Magnetic induction. In this question also they are only finding a magnetic like it is only question same. Clear? And go through this, your wish, anyone you can do it, no problem. Clear? So this is about a one is over, and on the same way we have on the equatorial line also. So that the equatorial plane also we need to get, so that an equatorial also magnetic field lines we can get by using a same equatorial line will do, right. Come to the point is, this is about a related to what? Related to the magnetic induction on the axial line by using a bar magnet. Is it okay? Yeah. So this is about a today's class, and we'll see in the next class with continuation equatorial plane or equatorial line. We'll see in the next class, as well as on the basis of this we have some problems also, we'll see. Thank you very much. Thank you.